First and goal from the 1 as they look to punch it in. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll look to run with Freeman. Breaks a tackle. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
This is Murray. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
You and I both know that you don't really, truly replace Adrian Peterson. But Latavius Murray is a really good back. Similar running styles, too. Won't wear the same number, we know that. But when you see him run, you might see a little bit of that in him. Upright with some power.
On 1st and 10, Bradford. Throw left side complete. That's Hodges. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Bradford now from the 50. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now a second down throw for Bradford. Dancing to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Working out of the gun, Bradford. Going up top. And got his man complete. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. The last drive, he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
A first update now out of Jacksonville. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion. And he motions the wide receiver.
Left 20.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. The 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Vikings. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Vic Beasley in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Second down, Bradford. He's going to float this one deep right side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. 3rd and long for Bradford. Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Sheds off the tackle, and now running right through it. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now a former New Mexico Lobo, it's Jarrell Presley. 20! And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. On the NFL scoreboard, bit of a surprise going on in Miami. The Broncos have taken the early lead, and we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run here with Freeman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Ryan. He's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Sharif Floyd able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Now it's Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Looked like they had a window to get that in there, but a good job rallying defensively.
Excellent timing. No pass interference. The hit jars it loose, and now they force them into a decision. Do you go for it on 4th down or kick the field goal?
And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they recover the fumble in plus position, but they can't go anywhere. In fact, they go backwards, but they do get a field goal out of it.
They'll take the 3, but in a lot of ways, they feel like they let themselves down by not capitalizing, and they definitely let the defense down for getting the key turnover.
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Through an opening, and there he goes. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Jerick McKinnon with officially a 103-yard return. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
That was a special return. And it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sharif Floyd in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
It's Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. And that one results in 35 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody has that ability, they want them on their team.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Julio Jones is off to a monster first half, but still, can he reach what he did against the Panthers in 2016? Didn't he go for a cool 300 in that game?
On the dot in week 4, 300 yards. Oh, Matt Ryan had a pretty good game, too, threw for over 500. Gabriel, the man in motion. Now Ryan on 1st down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. On second down, Freeman. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
To throw is Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. An NFL update, second quarter now in Jacksonville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. We remind you, coming up later tonight, we got a good NFC battle. The Eagles and Seahawks from Seattle, coverage starting at 8:30 Eastern. And tomorrow we'll put a bow on Week 13 with an AFC North matchup between the Steelers and the Bengals from Cincinnati.
A hard-hitting battle right there.
Bradford now to throw on first down. Trying for right, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Here we go with Hill. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. The Falcons averaged 34 points a game last year, tops in the NFL with that powerful offense, and they're already looking for more here as they've got it 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. He takes this to the 15. A flashy juke. That got him a couple extra yards. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They go play action here on first down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Tremaine Brock. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run again with Presley. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Let's go. Gun. Get up. Alert 3.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Hey, Tuesday. Get up. Gun.
On first down, Ryan. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Eric Kendricks coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Falcons on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And the slot man goes in motion left. From midfield now, here's Ryan. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's Sherrills. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hodges. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
That was second down run for Murray. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
A first down throw for Bradford. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Adrian Claiborne in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Now Bradford on second down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
A play fake. Bradford. incomplete on the deep ball. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Checking the NFL scoreboard there in the third at MetLife Stadium. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Here's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. And the wideout in motion. Throwing on 3rd and long. Ryan. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Sherrills to return it. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. First down, Bradford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hodges. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Bradford. Throw left side, complete. It's right. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. That's a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
From Soldier Field, meanwhile, in Chicago, a 3rd quarter score. And it's now the Bears leading by a couple of touchdowns in that one. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Vikings on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Bradford. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man, complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. They give him a gain of 37. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Now Bradford. It's a foot race. He's at the 30, 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards. Here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Now it's the backup Bridgewater. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the... And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Bridgewater now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Grant. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. First down, Bridgewater. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll throw again. Bridgewater steps away to his left. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Adrian Claiborne in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Bridgewater now on second down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Robert Alford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make this a 2nd down. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talks about taking where the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
And he will be hit with a lot of force and spun down at the 38-yard line. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Bridgewater again. And that is incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. To the air again with Bridgewater. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Back to it after the pick 6. Bridgewater. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick 6s from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick 6s in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
It's in the 4th quarter down in Miami. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Dolphins continuing to add on. They are really rolling. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Here's Bridgewater. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He can't bring him down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Derek Shelby coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's taken to the 26. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. They'll set up the screen for Freeman, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
In motion right is Jones. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now it's Ryan. Looking deep for Gabriel. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that. But there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Atlanta, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, it's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.